Okay, we're going to review greatest common factor. This is the code 3M8 on your 8th grade IXL. So, what is the greatest common factor of 9 and 18? And greatest common factor is the same thing as the biggest same numbers that will multiply to 9 and 18. Okay? So, one way to do this is using prime factorization. Okay, so take your numbers, take 9 for instance, and just break it down into prime factorization. 3 times 3 is 9, and there's no other numbers that multiply because these are prime. If you're confused about prime factorization, I recommend going back to look at the video we did before this called prime factorization. So we have 18, and the numbers that multiplied 18 are 9 and 2. There's a prime number, right? And then 3 and 3. Okay? And this strategy is really good once you get up to the big numbers. So what I do is I take the factors of one number, I write them like this, 3 times 3. I take the factors of the other number, which are 3 times 3 times 2, and then circle the ones that you have in common. Since we circle the 3 and a 3, we can multiply those together to get the greatest common factor, which is 9. Okay, let me show you with the next level. Let's jump up a level here. Okay, so our numbers are 19 and 38. 19 and 38. Okay, 19 and 38. So 19 is a prime number because the only numbers that multiply to 19 are 1 and 19. So we're going to just circle that. 38, let's break this down. 38. And as I said in the previous video, if you're dealing with even, just go ahead and make it 2 times something, which we know is 2 times 19. If you stack these factors, 19 and then 2 times 19, the only thing they have in common is the 19. So since it's one group of 19, it's going to be the greatest common factor. So 19. Okay, what about this one? We have the greatest common factor of 34 and 11. So let's write our numbers down, 34 over here and 11 over here. And this is even, so we're going to do 2 times 17. These are both prime numbers, so I can circle that. Okay, 11 is a prime number. So we look at the factors and we notice that we have 2 times 17 and we just have 11. We have no common factors. So when there's no common factors, their greatest common factor is just 1. Okay, this one says, what is the greatest common factor of 28, 48, and 2? So now you're looking at 3 different factors. Okay, so 28, 48, and 2, it has to be common between all of them. So 28, 48, and 2. Well, 2 only has one factor. It's just 2, right? Besides 1. Let's go to 28. So it's even. So let's do 2 times 14. Here's our prime. And I know 7 times 2 is the prime factorization of 14. All right, again, 48 divides by 2. So 2 and 24. 6 and 4. 2 and 2 for 4. And then 3 and 2 for 6. Okay, then if we come over here and you line up all your factors, 2 times 2 times 7, 2 4 times, and a 3. and then a single 2. The only factor they have in common is a 2. 1, 2. So it's going to be 2. Okay, we're going to do one last one here. This is kind of the challenging one because you have three large numbers 68, 34, and 68. Interestingly enough, because there's a duplicate, you only need to do one of those. So let's just do 34 and 68. So again, little trick, if it ends in an even number, always use 2. 2 times 17. It's a prime number, so I'm just going to circle. All right. Also, 2, because it's even. 2 and 34. And then 34 is 2 and 17. Also a prime number. We're going to stack our factors. So 2 times 17, 2, 2, and 17. So 2 times 2 times 17. Circle our pairs. And we have a 2 times a 17, which is the greatest common factor of 34. Okay, so what is the greatest common factor of 61, 20, and 35? So we have this is a tricky one. Let's start with writing our numbers down: 61, 20, and 35. 61. I believe this is a prime number, so I'm going to circle that. 20, it's even, so we're going to use 2 and 10. Even, so we're going to use 2 and 5, both prime. So this one's finished off. 7 times 5 is 35, and both of these are prime. So if you stack these factors, 61 is prime. So it doesn't have any factors in common with either 20 or 35. So the greatest common factor between these is just going to be the number 1.